Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Brian's Racing Realm. I am Brian, and this is round 3 of the RUST-OLEUM Camaro series, coming to you from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. An interesting race with Firebirds. Now let's see if the Camaros can match up against them. Running a little bit compacted on time to start with, so let's get into numbers immediately. Davis Pittman led practice with the 33.57, followed closely by Thomas Hammond, Chris Harvey, Charles Marshall, and Catherine Harris. A lot of C names there. Thomas Hammond was the fastest in happy hour with a 33.59, only slightly slower than practice, followed by Tony Bentley, Charles Marshall, Minnie Nelson, and Dorothy McLean. So once again, actually 2 people are the same in the top 5 from one event to the other, or from one session to the other. Doesn't happen very often, seems like. So let's take a look at the qualifying. Starting on pole, as you see in front of you, Tyler Gardens. Second, Thomas Hammond. So apparently that speed is legit. Third, Catherine Harris. Fourth, Drew Keene. Fifth, Davis Pittman. Sixth, John Walker. Seventh, Chris Harvey. 8th, John Lane. 9th, Minnie Nelson. 10th, Lynn White. 11th, Dorothy McLean. 12th, Tracy Howell. 13th, Jim Carranza. 14th, Gerard Wilkinson. 15th, Cedric Black. 16th, Wayne Stadler, the winner of the Firebird race. 17th, James Wolfe. 18th, Isaac Hernandez. 19th, Jacob Aronson. 20th, Nicholas Eckert as they get fired. 21st, Tony Bentley. 22nd, Daniel Vardens. And 23rd, Charles Marshall in the nuclear green car. Everyone rolls off. Nice deep blue Firebird that actually kind of matches the one in the 9. I think the Firebird is just a little bit darker. This is Garden's second pole of his career and the first in the Camaros. When you know it, it comes at a new track. The only other pole, I believe, was Watkins Glen in season 2 for the Firebirds. Either Watkins Glen or Dover. I don't know for sure. I'm sure the editor has already let you know, as Tyler Gardens takes the green flag, and we are underway. And already the 10 has to let up. The 1 lets off, but is able to get back on it quickly and takes advantage of the situation. That is easily a 10 car length. Now they have to come get him. And look at Hammond. Hammond did come get him. Hammond looking low. Gardens going way high. Was that contact? I don't think there was contact, but it was awful close. Lap 2, new leader, Thomas Hammond. Gardens has already been forced high again. This time doesn't completely eat it. There's John Lane, our Camaro only participant. He's got to start putting together good races, otherwise his career may be over very soon. Gardens, Harris, Keene, all under a blanket. Walker and White looking to take advantage of the situation. White, I'm not sure, I don't believe has finished outside the top 10 all year. In fact, has a win in this series and finished third last event in California. So no. 5 events in the VRR canon. 5 top 10 finishes. So far, so good. Harrison Gardens get forced high, finally. Keene takes the initiative and takes second. Walker looking to take advantage. I'm not sure has the speed. Yes, he does. Gardens able to get in front, though. They've definitely strung out a little bit faster than they did in the Firebird race. There you see Gerard Wilkinson, our reigning champion. Currently 14th. And the cluster behind him. Statler, Aronson, Bardens, who was 22nd to start with, our Season 2 runner-up. Our overall champion for Season 2. Here's our Season 1 overall champion. That could have been bad. Everybody's getting a little testy already. Mr. Clean and Harvey and Black looking to move up. That or Harris is taking the elevator down. At some point, everybody blew past Hammond. Again, I'm sure that the editor will inform you of when the lead change happened. My mistake. We're watching what was going on around the field. Last car running is again Tony Bentley. This 23 team cannot get going at this track. Was last until the last lap when they had a collision with the 17 in the Firebird race. And now they've started off this one in 23rd as well. It's not a good start. On the flip side is Drew Keene, their rookie cohort. This team was started from scratch for this season. And it's running wild, honestly. Keene has had a great year so far. One of the best upstart seasons I've seen. Of course, granted, we've only had 2. But Keene is already up in the top 5 and top 10 on a regular basis. Yes, a couple finishes have already gotten away in this series, this season, on both sides. But that's going to happen in racing. Look at this, John Lane putting some in. Whoa! Thomas Hammond throwing it in there. I have a feeling that dive bombs are going to be the order of the day. I guess I'll be ready for cautions then. Hello? That said, no one's wrecked yet, not even damage. We are 10 laps in. 51 laps to, total today. Lane goes high, Harvey looks low. Lane's going to give him the space at the moment. Here's Wilkinson falling back. Lynn White down to 11th. I guess I shouldn't have said anything. And it's still early days yet. Early laps yet. 5 is falling quite badly though. There's Minnie Nelson. Now we'll put the 5 in 14th place officially. Eckert is now last place on track. Keane sliding up into 3 and 4. That does make me wonder how long are these tires going to last. We're not expecting pit stops as long as there's no cautions. I believe that we have the time. I know we have the time. Who was that way up there? That looked like Pittman possibly. We have the time. I believe we have the fuel. The tires are what I'm worrying about. Keane is just walking away from everybody at this point. Harrison Walker. Walker's going to get past. And looks like Walker's getting ready to lock and load. Wow. These Camaros are able to put space on each other. Harris, Harvey, Lane, Gardens. Well, there goes Harris, so now that makes this a battle for 4th. There goes Harvey, that makes this a battle for 5th. First, second, third, 4th, then everybody else. Look at that, there's Daniel Bardens. Currently 6th. Barden started 22nd. Up to 6th. Well done. Harvey loses momentum in 2. And has to give up 4th. To the 2. I don't see that lasting very long, though. McLean drifting around. Have the battle for mid-pack here. Everybody is minding them business, so. We have a battle for the lead. Keane is on the outside. Walker on the inside. I believe this will be lead change number 3 on lap 19. John Walker in the 19 to the lead. Will they hold it though? Seems like these drivers are able to make a little bit more space vertically up track with these Camaros. Barden's currently in 4th now. "20 laps down, 31 to go." No. 30 to go this time by. Walker, your leader. Keane in 2nd. Harris 3rd. Barden's 4th. John Lane 5th. Chris Harvey 6th. Thomas Hammond 7th. Tyler Gardens 8th, your pole sitter. Minnie Nelson 9th. 3rd place last season. Wayne Statler currently 10th, but fighting with 6 others. Eight others. Able to hold momentum on that outside line, or mid to outside line. Look at this. Barden's qualified 22nd. Hard to scrape. I guess it was no one major. If this race were to finish now, Barden's would have a spectacular day. Started 22nd. They're currently 4th. Here's the cluster. Harvey and Nelson. Nelson throws it in. Harvey's able to regain that traction on the outside. And Harvey's going to use that momentum to take that position outright. Harvey holds on to 6th. Look at this. Here's Charles Marshall. He's having a good day too. He was 23rd and is 14th. Whoa, Harvey went up high. Don't know if there was contact. Let's take a look up front. Oh. Something's up. Well, the cars are slowing down a little bit. Over 35 seconds last lap. Well over this lap. Except for Barden's. Barden's had a solid 34-3. So now we have a challenge for a four-way battle for the lead. Harris is going to slide underneath Keane, and with Barden's push is going to take that spot. And Barden's will try to inherit third. And does so. Keane tries a crossover. I don't think that's going to work. Not with Barden's. Now, can Harris get past Walker? I don't know. But again, that's another position for Barden's, who went from 22nd to now third. We are on lap 30 of 51. Oh, there's Harris. Harris gets past Walker in turn 2. Remember, the lead change is unofficial until they cross the line. Now it's official. Catherine Harris with the 4th lead change, I believe. I guess I'll just leave that number to the editor, huh? They'll know for sure. Keane has fallen away from Barden's. Barden's has moved underneath Walker. Barden's up 20 spots. An incredible day when there's only 23 cars on the grid. That are an incredibly bad, well, still an incredibly bad qualifying because I didn't qualify dead last. Clearly a car that was built for the race and not for the qualifying. But he's got to survive. Walker thinks better of it and does not pursue. Barden's actually uses the momentum to close in on Harris. Not yet, Barden's. Take a look back. McLean has made their way up the track. Harvey's recovered from their little situation. Black is moving up. Marshall's moving up. Both are in the top 10. There's Lynn White hanging out there. Seems to be having a yo-yo of a day. Whoa, slows up a lot. Wilkinson almost runs into them. Walker falls to 4th. After Keane finds some speed, Barden's is there still. Keane almost gives him an arrow bunch. And the top 4 are running away with this race. But there is a top 4 that is actually competing here. Keane jumping to the outside. I don't know whether they just missed their braking point or what, but that did not help them at all. They'll hold the position this lap, technically, but Walker will have the advantage going into turn 1. And will get past. Barden's looking. $15 to go this time by. Tracy Howell is now in dead last. Here we go with the battle for 7th, I believe. 6th. Harvey takes the position on track. Black slides in behind. But Lane is still trying to fight. In fact, Lane will get a draft. And Black has to stomp on the brakes. Harvey is in the middle of 3 wide. This is not a great situation here. And yet they managed to make it work. Black to 6th. Hernandez finishes his passing. Now he'll look to take 6th away. It's just a constant shuffle. He's just going to blow by and take that position. Barton's up high. It's not going to be this time either. Wilkinson able to get a little bit more grip. Something happened to Harvey. He had to check up, which is going to clear Marshall here to go underneath McLean and Harvey. Wilkinson has to check up as well. So we have a 4-way battle for 7th here. Lane's going to try and take that spot back with Marshall pushing, but I don't think it's going to work this time. Hernandez just loses all the spots and will fall back behind Marshall. And is going to get trapped up on the high side, most likely. $11 laps to go. We are on lap 40. Keenan Walker. Excuse me. Keen and Walker. Going at it for 3rd. It's like Walker honestly looks like he has the better car. This battle for 6th. It's now Black, Hernandez, and Lane. I don't think Lane has enough by himself to hold the position. Marshall might be able to catch up now, but he's got Harvey, Wilkinson, McLean, Pittman, White behind them, and Stadler, Carranza, Wolf, Minnie Nelson not having a great day, Jacob Aronson, Tyler Garden started on the pole. I'm not sure what that was from Eckert, but that was disrespectful. By the way, the one is in 21st currently. And started on the pole, so that's a 20 position drop. That's not good. 21 gains, 20 loss. Ooh. Gardens is looking. He wants the position, but he's not sure how to get it. Harris is driving very defensively, very smart. Barnes is just hoping that they get an opening. Keane and Walker. It sounds like a name if I say them too closely together, so I'm going to have to make sure I put a pause between them. Walker going low. They battle for 3rd again. Walker steps on the brakes. And now there is a gap. There's a bunch of gaps. First competition is at 9th. The 14, the 5, the 15, and the 22. McLean in the 14. Taking the position from Wilkinson, who steps on the brakes. Pittman is able to drive by. Marshall has to avoid the 5. And will most likely dive underneath and take that position as well. Maybe. It's mid-pack. Nobody knows. Tyler Gardner's now in 22nd. All that time following, and while watching potential battles elsewhere, Daniel Bardens takes the lead from Catherine Harris. I only have so many eyes that I can watch with. I'm sorry. The 4 is now the leader. An amazing story from 22nd to 1st. Mimicking or mirroring Tyler Gardner's 1st to 22nd. I'm not sure if that's irony or not, but it's kind of funny. We are at lap 47. We'll have just to cover. We'll have a collage of all the lead changes at the end of after the race is over. Be nice if I could catch them all, but apparently I can't. Whoa! Marshall attacking 10th. And Dorothy McLean. But they've only got so many laps. This is 48. Be 3 to go next time by. Marshall is going now. Walker and Hammond battling with each other. Tyler Gardens is officially last. Bardens is officially first. 2 to go. This time by. What happened to Harvey? Hammond is able to get past Walker, who I imagine is just simply run out of tires. Keenan and Harris are still following Bardens, but no one's able to close any space. Final lap for the Camaros here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. There is no real competition. It's been fairly open all day. Whoa! Harrison in the... Keen in the wall. Excuse me. Keen is in the wall. No damage, but that was scary for a second. However, even with that spook, that doesn't change anything. Daniel Bardens is your race winner here in Vegas. First win of the season. And again, 22nd qualifying position. A plus 21 on the day. Top 10, Bardens, Harris, Keen in 3rd, Hammond 4th, Walker 5th, Isaac Hernandez 6th, John Lane 7th, a good day for him. Cedric Black 8th. Dorothy McLean 10th, and 9th was Minnie Nelson, who qualified way back there. Okay, so I'm going to catch my breath. The production truck is going to go through and review all of the lead changes, and we'll just go through all of them. And we'll be back here with the results and the championship standings. Well, if we're going to do this properly, we may as well show you all of the lead changes. Here's the first one. Thomas Hammond goes underneath a flailing Tyler Gardens. Maybe that was the first indication that something was wrong with the one car. Lead change 1, Thomas Hammond, lap 2. Lead change number 2, and actually give us a chance to see what exactly happened. 10 just got up way high, just like the 1 did. And that is the 24 to take advantage. And of course, the 24 has to get back to the line. Yeah, there's lead change number 2, Drew Keene. So listen up. Yeah, that kind of hesitation will ruin any lead that you have, and after that dominant stint, something happens with the 24, and Keene loses the lead to Walker. Lap 19, number 3. Strange, there was no one around, and is either just act like a misfire, or just Keene didn't like what they felt. It's the smart thing to do, but you do lose your momentum. Lap 29 into 30. Walker's had his dominant stint. And now here's Catherine Harris to say, alright, you've had your fun. I'm taking over. Bardens just kind of gets hung out a little bit. We know now that wouldn't really matter, but at the time that looked like it could have been big. With 21 laps to go. Catherine Harris takes the lead. I think Harris may have had the longest lead stint of anybody, but didn't get to enjoy it because they were dealing with Bardens the entire time. And as you just saw, the reason why we didn't catch it was because Bardens just drove by Harris on the outside like a madman. Finally got tired of looking for the inside line. You just said, nope, going outside, to hell with you. Something that I don't know that anybody else had the speed to do all day. And of course, from here, Bardens would just walk away from Harris, put a second lead on him at the end, and that'd be all she wrote. Plenty of action. But yeah, hell of a pass. Glad we came back to find it. Well, wasn't that entertaining? Now that you've seen all the lead changes properly, let us go over the final race results and the current point standings. The official finishing order: Daniel Bardens wins with a 1 second gap over second place Catherine Harris, followed by Drew Keane in third, Thomas Hammond in fourth, John Walker in fifth, Isaac Hernandez sixth, John Lane in seventh, Cedric Black in eighth, Charles Marshall in ninth, Dorothy McLean in 10th, Davis Pittman in 11th. That low? Gerard Wilkinson in 12th. James Wolfe in the 17th and 13th, despite spending most of the day in the back. Chris Harvey fell back to 14th. Wayne Stadler finishes 15th. Jacob Aronson actually improves their position somewhat at the end in 16th. Lynn White falls to 17th out of the top 10, their first non-top 10 finish of the season in either series. Sorry. Minnie Nelson in 18th, Jim Carranza in 19th, Tony Bentley up to 20th, Tracy Howell 21st, Nicholas Eckert 22nd, and our pole sitter, Tyler Gardens, finishes almost 20 seconds off the pace in 23rd. How did they set the fastest lap by a mile and then whatever. It's not worth trying to explain it. It's racing. Half the time it's not. Regardless, what does that do for the point standings? Well, we're now 3 races in, and it's a bit more of an even spread, but there is more of a spread. But there is a decent spread on the field. Your points leader is Davis Pittman, the second-year driver. Dorothy McLean is in second. Lynn White has fallen to third. Catherine Harris in fourth. Charles Marshall in fifth. Charles Marshall and Drew Keane are tied for fifth. Tiebreakers will be noted by the editor because I do not have the means to tell you who broke the ties at the moment. Maybe we'll have that set up for Phoenix or Texas. Tony Bentley is in 7th, despite the bad race today. Tracy Howell in 8th. James Wolfe in 9th, tied with Isaac Hernandez. 11th goes to Wayne Stadler. 12th to John Walker, our reigning champion. Not great at the moment. Going to 13th, Jacob Aronson and John Lane are tied. 15th is a 4-way tie between Tyler Gardens, Chris Harvey, Gerard Wilkinson, and Thomas Hammond. 19th is Jim Carranza. 20th is Daniel Bardens, My Voice is Going. 21st is Nicholas Eckert. 22nd, Minnie Nelson. And 23rd, 105 points back, Cedric Black. Which I believe was worse, but good finish today has closed in that gap. For the record, the top 11 are within one race of the championship lead. From Walker from Walker back. Walker is 72 points down. So, for 12th on, they have some work to do. Granted, it's not as bad as the Firebird side where somebody's already 2 races out and we're only on race 3. But that'll do it for me. I am Brian. Thank you for joining me. If you would like to participate in this, there is a link to a Discord in the description below. Feel free to come take a look. But until next time... Oh, wait. Right. A little bit of a wrench in the works this time. It will not be Firebirds that you see next on this channel. The next video that you'll see after this will be it'll be expected. However, it will not be a BRR production entirely. BRR and Sigma, another offline racing league, have decided to join forces and create an iroc league for the Sigma drivers. And the yet to be determined name of the first race will be at Atlanta Motor Speedway. 100 miles in iroc competition. Hope to see you there. Until then, stay safe and take care, everybody. Goodbye.